Rase yamwakwa baby Apostle Dr. Nita Kotego Yadase. Any uncrunch sama wodi abreye. Yede kase na ebre wo abanya babonti abedi atudwa kire mu se de ebi mu ka. Se de economy no aya kono no wo kwadwama so na wo koto ade nya sa na tie no. No kure bi anim sansemi ne nsema fofo bi anopai yede bro Adom TV Badwam kase oko Facebook /Adom TV extra go TV 119 DSTV 280 Oko YouTube search Adom TV 2 na kwadomonline.com ensemi ne nsema foforo bi oho midi afia amankwa tamaklo afia ni demienti ensemono Government Communication Minister Felix Kwachi Ofosu ene wose de ebi no mo keka say yesisika Ghana sikasema koyie enu nti edwa ho nsem so akoyie na ebi mu chese enkoyie no nokra bia enimo osisi kasem ntoto ya ejina ne nanso yenti ene yi wo kwa bonten koto ade asa nso na edwade mu nsem no etie ensem no eni
Guta was summoned by the Trade Committee of Parliament, and these questions were put to them as to why they have failed or are perceived to have failed to reduce price accordingly when important macroeconomic indicators had softened. Guta produced evidence of a list of 4,500 different items whose prices they had reduced. They gave that information. Indeed, it is contained in the report of the Trade Committee of Parliament. And Parliament is a house of record. It has gone down. I go to the same market you go to, so I know for a fact that items that I used to buy at a certain price are no longer at that same price.
I want to send to just say, we are sending a fango above for more. At a say, a passenger for so it to me, at one more able to mean and say, I shouldn't hear one more etiano as say to me above from the same tea, and I would it through a driver union senior and will say, and many more one more and shit, I want more shintia, dear one more and to so send a bill for some hobby to me, and I want more.
For some reason, after the persistent reduction in fuel prices, which led the transport organizations to announce a 15% reduction in transport fares, there are some operators within the system who thought that they could engage in rent-seeking behavior by creating artificial shortages. So, like you and I know that if, for instance, you wanted a vehicle from, say, the heart of the Kwame Nkrumah interchange or circle, as we used to call it, to Achimota, you will go to a particular spot at the station where you know you are most likely to catch such a vehicle.
Minister of Youth Development and Employment, George Opariado, now the other settle, Yaman Abedi Chire, Professor Nana Jane Opokwajima Nimo say, one enkeka won a domestic violence legislative instrument, LIA. A bet me a boy, my 4 and who a bino, et me a juma.
The 22.5% youth unemployment, there are a lot of females who are unemployed and male. And it is also higher in the urban areas than in the rural areas. Surprisingly, we realize that a lot of people who don't have higher education, but have maybe very little education, readily get jobs because they are willing to learn vocations because they've not had the benefit of classroom education. So whatever is available, they are willing to learn. I realize that a lot of our young people are falling into vulnerable jobs. A lot are losing out on the decent jobs, and a lot more are going into vulnerable jobs. An LI has been passed, but it looks like successive governments have not had the courage to operationalize the LI.
Eho was signed to just say any one more a Jumura program no emuno na wamota yenina and say mebuno empem oha and a one more and sia would robema one more and so any emebuno empim yunupen one more to me afa entity moi we enya de ye and so senti one more ebe here be say $89 million send be ya ebe to me aboma numedi I would draw to me a consonantity one more day ama emebuno.
The military training I spoke to you about, one of the things we wanted to use the military training to do when we were at the manifesto stage was to inculcate into young people the sense of discipline and other things. But as I told you, it's still pending. And so one of the things we want your intervention is to speak to the finance minister to be able to release funds so that we're able to roll out. Then the Jumera program, one of His Excellency's flagship program that supports entrepreneurship. That one, so the program was launched last year. We had over 120,000 youth.
Enti wasa dwumadie no asia ye mampani abedi akire professor na anaje no poku adwuma na ewo asia no de tudwa kire mu say ombotaye pa ne so obeboa emmebu na wose wo mu school nenso on na monten so wose wo musiansa no nyuma bi nenso wo nam saa no ombotaye ne say obetimi aboa safo no.
I'm interested in the young person who is pushing the wheelbarrow in the market. The person by the roadside who has 4 or 5 tubers of yam on one arm. How about this person? How do we factor in his own dreams? What are they? You see, so all I'm doing is to draw all our attention to the fact that the youth, women, children, education, whatever, should cover everybody. And even more so, those who are falling through the cracks.
Eho wasan de abasobode ko edemo afa wono na hwe mmebunu ye die nsem eso wo eni nhyehyɛ ahodo wono mu de agu akwamu ede hwese mmebunu so ye die nsem ebetumi akọ enkan wo menye emu.
One area I want to suggest is that we also pay attention to tracking studies. All these interventions that have come before us, those we are doing now, how do we measure the impact? When we are able to measure the impact, then we know how to sustain and how to extend. So the tracking studies, maybe for our researchers, it is something that they can help us to do.
Also for ya washe interior so the other to ankrankra any nyumaku ahodo say one Ghana prison service and kamum na one a won dua fie no wonya ntete ahodo a won so betimi aboa wa sitinem.
It's not something that only you have to do. Your
private partners who want to partner the Ghana prison service, please come forward. Others are not taking the initiative to set up this central company, what we call the production line in the Sawam prison, where they even do payments. Since we came with increase the production of water, the whole of Ministry of Interior, from the police to small arms, everybody takes water. I insist that you buy water from Ghana prisons. Okay. And now the private people who are partners have increased their capacity. So we are doing all this to one, like my brother earlier mentioned, to help His Excellency Dr. Mahama's agenda.
Eho no swafo no so ne hwa de siansem so Haruna Idrisu enso echese eni sa apamonti ase a wode wonsa ahyase no yade a eye abanyani sode hunu ehwese eni ma ye wo mayimu yenso betimi aboa epiama no akonanim sane ebeya yankasa nso ebetimi aye niema ede amayen ho.
Post prison livelihood of persons who are incarcerated. I call it the President Mahama Indigenous Local Industry Initiative of trying to grow the local economy and to situate and make sure that Ghanaians will take ownership or sovereignty of the businesses we do.
Yenyina no so na Adom TV Badwam kase na ha na bema kwan na no pe ye de asie ye da semre ene adaje a wode ma yenti ye da sepa da bonkrata no wo ho Adom online de ka ho akudie mu nsem ene health tips ye de bro sabri ya zoom no so active sanso ena phone line no eno so active tibia oba ofre ya so do headline ba ye beje so bemena anope me mu ache
mamenyo so papa
bia boko
yakopanu na so
mo yamiase
na ohaba ko bi afie wo ye sese cars ho aye den dodo
za na enu ameteye
de bi me hu bi yes enu ahyiahye
nipa gu kwa ho nipa gu kwa ho
so expect die nurse die
nurse na ka ho ye den
nipa ni bi na aba be ka ho
na ka na
anasa cars ni bi na assess
ye bi assess
you're going to believe that because they were
bi assess
then no say John Dumelo crack far away Metro Mass for car ne buy hwe car tintin o nipa do me fa ni nyina achi wie no
so na bi
nipa na say sum won afia
and obi epie ye adwuma
eni ji se mo na wo me say traffic in sheda ni krom eti from Shiashi to Madina no otimi ko ba atem kakra yes say ka traffic sa wo krom pass na nke ehunu no de man dia
12 am kora no bila so ho
anodin dodo
we say ahumachi say and no say akura bi be 440 no onam say hey by this time sorry I walk school why si muntama
yes
onyaka krampa traffic na from Amasaman sa ho traffic the ba chimota anodin make obi beka say na teme moto we no so just say achia dani achiche de nantie boko anodin traffic na anodin enwumre so awon spare ye enwumre so bumper to bumper undi musa na kokomu nyina na to asigina hyehyɛ akwan nyina achi so ye kum krofo wo so asade no na ehame but the accident ne do so ma me de ehame o we you know abe public health concern no because say bibi just say me hu de menka se nipa ya ye be tie na me ka chera de say ma odrovani bia decision bia obeteki bia no enye papa onwene wono no ho onwene ni nua ho onwe obi onam kwan ho ana wote kwan ho se nyina ye nya sa adwene we ya ebe brase mo kum nipa dodo adobafo yesrem wo ya na ado obi efa na akwaje se ohu a na wo de wanya ho utire didim yesre ni diem yesrem yesre dia pa ni problem no dia sema dia monka na mpanifo ntu ho anamo se ye kwan na ye dodo na de nkwanhie ba se no nye dodo ana so drobani no a no onye skill e masaka no tutu ya no abe drobani no ode ahyen nam kura nipa ntese ade akowura ka ase kura nipa ntese udrimi ka bo amre no apagyaw omiento ye bo saba ku yo moken
Voxy, Twitter Voxy, yeah.
Yes, what was Amantem Berry Sadi.
It's on business a 2 p.m. there.
And yet 2 p.m. 2 MS
Express, or beside.
I saw question on Wessan. A day. Yes, I from say, what crafty. One, and you're funny. And ya good be and ya can't afford can't dear Yayanesa but wo drive any no what yes Ramu so Mono when you're careful or Dimika Pentama Simuntem
no they said who say ya kama atwa manfo tim say car ne contem dudu no ko fro sa car nyina o sa adwempo ntia we dey bedroom tem yes Ford buy the same thing there be make say baby cars ne ba ye nim de as ashenka for cars they are na ofom me share penipa bia no otwi for and so check for they say ye yes ye nkora da free mo and as a company for no and so hwe you call Canadian station for the call Cape Coast near the takradi is a for who some penifo a when ye fi and say etwi for no because about beti ase say ye mfa nhye nkwada afi no musua ka etwi nsem car na ye say edwane uyi free mu a enye yi enye the usual cars na ye twene ebia etu hi obi okuta experience ye you obetimi control car edwane eye but ye jane saa na etimti ye obi a no akwakoso na hwi no de ko ye nbebe an so na akum ni pam pem
omo hyehyɛ no omo de kwotena sti achi atwitwa bi o de sti achi tinani aye twan
enye
bisi santa o take na hu driver ni bi ani a say ada de a twan o te ente yesra mo ya ye kunu no mu ya hyenkafo som
ye no mo nkasa
enkura no nso mo ne dadi nkasa mo ne yanka nkasa dadi wo kwei kono bokọ fo bia kobra na wa nti wa wonwe wo ho ana wato de enko pepes ne so na
okay
sebe ya kedua enso
bebana eja ye na ba beto so de afiri onum ye na so akoso age ebre na wo hwe ye Adom TV bedwam jubedie eniti efa de bokata no enhye ase a Yeshas here with Daily Graphic, the Bokata. As moves to tackle fare hikes begin, government shadows meeting with transport operators. Jacobo Yard Mefiada. Abai any transport operators, AD HMO. Okay. Unzeni Ashanka Foni Binswa say, Onyina station. So, Onyina station by identify. Eti, Ebima to no Muyan Wawa. Eti Wawa and Sebia Semedina and Wakwa, Olodi from 37. Onko Medina Street. Obejina Shiashi. Uka crash as being cooked, Quack Namu was Spenters one. Musi ya wonu ba won so house.
No one as abegina. Say Madina.
No as aqua for. Enti dey also be a uchi 5 Ghana cedis no. Obeju e be a 3 cedis. No obeju be a 4 cedis. And a 3 cedis. Sasa. Enti yen to ashanti ade ebu mu de. Ya ti ashanti ade ebu but unyam to faso ni because uko station kwa car ni kura bi ni wo. Enti we for say begina kwan no ho. Na re peka obet na fia ahometie ube peka fe na I mate me yire so oh forces me tua da bi
unti obi gina ho
and unti
you move achimota wo call ayi from circle to dom obi gina achimota
so we onko
we see mu wie ya o say lodu dom ani tie ngo adwen kase na edete o mai mo eya sam enye ti eno ehwo sam
okay
no.
Economy grew by 3.8% in October last year. Ghana Statistical Service paid for Nebo Samani. As Ghana, Yamano, Sikasam Kanko in Puntunum, Epigen, how much Mumian, actually poor and watch. October Bosumia, a tremu, I think PBN, a journal enum. True leadership measured by lives touched. Dr. Ademi. And I can say, I can be a candinia. Enye se wo ba ye na ototo nsa na bodyguards bebre di wachi o eye abrabo ahodo a enam oso nsakra etimi bem ebi enam oso na esimesi timi ko school enam oso na obentin bukura etimi nya adwuma bi eye ene ye kana bakosem a ontimi nyi wudi mfiri na bakosem da se enam afia makwa so ntina me nya adwuma multimedia and once that thing what receiving so da bi afia makwa edin ewonitim telepenforce mempe abodna keka enkanka ne boni mu nti ade boni akwa ya medi beba mu de no atwem ko de bi be ka boni bi be ka me yes it's an doctor Ademi e kana hanom se empenfo re tumi de ahom nsa no enya de a won din be ka Ghana fo etrim the Daily Graphic the bokata yoriba ene anopai enonom daily guide. CJ receives petitions against special prosecutor UC boss. Tiafi ekase di ampa. Petition e de akoma mampani se onfama chief justice. Na yentu na monfa empam special prosecutor Kiseja Ben. Ene UC boss Jane Adukwe Mensa ene penifo beka no. Yesi ekase mampani epia. Ama chief justice unsa aka. Yeso be shase etu ho anamon. US blocked visas for Ghana, 74 other countries.
Hey, Yabekao.
Okay, nti ene Ghana by name senior America. Ora Victor Smith nti mu aba.
Okay.
Ya wo say eye visa na e kan wasem. Eye visa betimi ne oyire ne oma akotena America bridge. Dem B1 B2. Me kwasra afia mankwa, me kwasra kijuwa ne de.
Eno de wo ho.
Nemu sa asitana football no and yatwe Ghana e de
Alex o matwe
America for omoman and e omoman won't no mo bibia kransi kura na
omo na dom kra no mo ye
to betimi aka to se
obetimi aka se makura
wo kura no ma e Greek ka obetimi age free nsem so na de ma o ma na nya wo dia tie ne nya chinye nti we say Kwawu Kingmakers dragged Asibra Akuamua Japan the second to Shrad. So Bekai, and don't or a board member, one of the banks. I think ADB also. Yes. Almost and Sembi. Yeah, I buy the James and I'm so actually Aquacojina a Shrad in Penfo and Yafa Ghanaian Times and Twasuna Kejua Embremum. The Ghanaian Times and your truck drivers exploit passengers, make tot trips to make more money.
Put a thought to the mom.
So also what is 15%? Yeah, also what is 15%? No, I want to be so I just as can in our back.
Sa no mutie Enti wutumu say ade anka ye straight anka abeba.
Oh, there be unya.
By the time I be drew destination hono.
Yeah.
What you be 1,000 coins.
Yeah.
They tree.
Oh.
Yeah, no so who asem.
Avail yourself for scrutiny. Government to Kenofriata. The Kenofriata so asem na be. Then e be dim ko bobu ofia. E ko bi so mo ko bo dompe American embassy. Say American embassy. And she won't change. Oh, the Honyan mine.
Ya feno.
The Ghanaian times I work at if you are also the buy and I was for here. You top no down, we top it down.
That's a pa. And I also want
combi. Oh, nice.
This week, the answer, one might just say more, save the dating one. I'm mommy who is Michelle Mokalaidi. Just a Mokala this week in a Mokala's neck.
We dare say an enco. Mum now and a dear orange in a womb. So orange yellow beside. Nayami Aduma, Memenda with me, see Menana. Cosia Botsman Yamiche.
Oh, my papa,
papa, mammy.
Oh, sorry.
Memory away.
Kumasi.
I quasso the diapo.
Oh.
To be free if you had.
Munira Mumejame.
Oh, what?
I know 100 years.
Oh, wow. And I say a copaiti.
Brabedi dinner.
A copaiti. I'm an idea.
I just saw.
Okay.
Okay. What tech?
Okay.
Fucking US Crow, Papa Crew.
Okay. All right.
Papa didn't crow walk on.
So far, so who is a mechanic that I'm called that Sibro Sable Sotos Minifio? But I'm curious to Musa inside the question. Wow. Oh. Oh, they won't come from one shade. No more busianing now who buy a boy, chin bench, ye free Coginano.
Yeah.
Rather maybe be on your come up.
Oh, ever down. Pass off ever be
to me, Jammy. Fire now, no crown, meaning Namunina more by one a bear you may.
So, we'll see him Ramajao.
A tea Cassani Cano. One dear.
Let's fear a year now, see a year because of the car. Oh, my. That's only because one begging and one Many ye, woman swan. Near tears when ye, and Franco Father, many ye, and may jam me, and yet to say about us in the woman. What's actually room walk when was what she had. Malpronounced the man, was here by you ever got into one. Yes, you prepare my. A text side one. I about to eat me inside. I will tell what text say about Friday. And so, yeah, to me, have you said, but you know, and you one day be about 1 year. Yes, not what wish your phone say. Oh, Tom, oh, my phone, no, you want on Pewas, after 1 day ever Jessica. Just ever be a fair Sika, would you want to come up with your penny? Oh, yeah, oh yeah, right. That was live on Adom TV.